looking real cool. She said to herself, now that's my soul.
Hi, I'm B.B. King. And of course this is Lucille. I'm not good with this. It's a guy I work with me called Leon Warren. He's fantastic. And so many good guitars, they can. So I do use this sometimes, when I should use it all the time. But to be able to tell my little stories, seem like I can measure the strokes down, but can't measure them so much coming up. So a lot of that has to do with the ear, but the right hand ain't so good. Well, when I first started to play, I could never use the bottleneck or the slide as some people do. I still can't. And I guess one of the reasons I never did practice as hard at trying to do that as I should have, maybe I would have learned. Because I believe you can learn to do anything that you really want, or anybody else can do. You can learn some of it anyway. But I never did practice enough trying to do it. Anyhow, when I would hear people play with the slide, you know, it sounds so good to me. And then they have another thing called the Hawaiian style. Guys have these things they be playing, and this thing sounds so good. And to top it all off, you hear the country musicians that play country music. Man, they can get those steel guitars, and it's just like a sword that goes through me hearing them play it. So I could never do any of that. Well, I started to drill my hand like this. To me, it my ears would tell me, hey, that sounds a little bit like the bottleneck. So I would do this for hours. Now, I'm not doing like some people think it is like that. I never do that. Just a trill, a steady trill of the hand. And then I would hear I like the guitar to sound like it's singing. And so every time I'd sit down and start to play, that's what I would do. Not so much as I think the word pizzicato, not like that, but just like a horn or something. And the sweetest sounds I ever heard is on the violin. I've never heard anything sounds so much like the violin. So anyway, to make a long story short, I would do that all the time, and then finally I got to the place where I sit down, I can't play now without doing it. But it's still a sound that I heard from then until now. I still haven't found it. Don't know how to find it. Sometimes it seems like I'm getting closer to it. But I think the guitar should tell a story. It's just like me. If I was going to tell you a joke or something, and I'd keep you in suspense until I get near the point and then let you have it. So it's the same thing I think about the guitar. And that's getting your attention. I'm into the story. Coming to the point now. Just made my point. I use it with all four of these. It's according to what's most convenient. For example, this one is most convenient, but I sometimes... You notice that? Either one is according to what the position, according to what position I'm in at the time, and whichever one feels most comfortable. So all four. Not always, but when I do get a chance, I usually try to run scales. Just little, I call it noodling or doodling, you know. And just going all over the neck of the guitar like that. I don't play a lot of chords like a lot of guitarist does. I mean, I'll run the scale, or shall we say, run the notes of the chord a lot of times, the ones I can think of. But to me, this is not good for students, so remember this. Learn the chords, learn the notes and the progressions. I didn't do it well, but you can. You can do it well, and that is play the scales, play the chords, and learn them well. I didn't, because most times when I get ready to play, people would always say, you know, the ones that I'm working with would say, play the solo, man, play the solo. And like a dunce, I'd go out and do it. So it always put me out front and never let me really work in the rhythm section. So I think my point I'm trying to make, work with the rhythm section. I don't say don't play some things, you know, because to me, I can amuse myself, man. I could be around and nobody had to talk to me, say anything, or even feed me. If I can hear. That's sort of like food for me. So I do a lot of that before the shows.